All right. So, hello, my name is Julie from Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Thanks for joining me today. If you are here live with me, maybe just mute and then send me a message if you have any comments, or if you need to ask me a quick question, you can turn on your mic then and ask me during class. So for class today, our equipment that we need is a dowel or something else that's solid for hand spacing. So it can be a cane, a broomstick, whatever else you can think of. We're going to do some paddling today once we warm up. So that will be for our kayaking, and then just one hand weight is all you need. So if you don't have a hand weight today and you have maybe water bottles or something else, a water bottle that you can use as a little bit of resistance, that's great. And you can always do range of motion. So if you decide today that a weight is not something that you want to use and you just want to use range of motion on the exercises, that is fine with me as well. And of course, water bottle, make sure you have a drink of water anytime you need one. I'll cue a few water breaks, but stop and take a drink anytime you like. So we will start out as we usually do with a comfortable seat in our chair. Hands can be on your lap, and we'll tune into our posture while we're here. You're welcome to take your eyes to closed for a moment and just focus on your breath. We'll do a little bit of a body scan while we're here as well. So you can scan and think about energy levels, how you might need to modify today, how high in intensity you want to do. We will be doing some cardio work, so you can make some adjustments as you need to, listening to your body for those adjustments as needed. And then maybe you can check in with hydration levels and any kind of areas that need some extra attention today, whether it's that you have one shoulder that has been a bit sore and you need to make sure it's well warmed up before you move, or maybe on one side you won't use a weight today if you have a joint that's bothering you. So just do a little check-in there. And then before we open our eyes, the last thing we'll do is just tune into spinal position. So coming up as tall as you can in your seat. That means core muscles are slightly engaged, chest is slightly forward, even though we still have that contact with the back of our chair, and the crown of our head is extended up towards the ceiling. We're going to stay here in this position, knowing that we don't need to hold our breath while we're here. This needs to be a hold that's maintainable without holding your breath at the same time. And then from here, we'll take just 3 nice even breaths in and out. Good. And when you're done that, you can open your eyes, trying to maintain that long position through your spine as we add some more movement. So let's do some small shoulder rolls to the back to start. Hands can stay on your lap to begin with. And then once you'd like to add a little bit more movement to this, you can start to move your arms in a rear circle. I'm going to do most of this first bit of warm up on my chair back. So back on my chair. If you are able to and would like to move forward to get a little bit more movement in any of these, go ahead. Last one each way here. Good. And then we'll do little scoops forward. And then getting bigger as those shoulders start to feel like they're warming up a little bit.
Oh, she's doing it already.
Great. We'll do 2 more here. And 1. All right, let's do a bicep curl, tricep press. Good. And then let's extend this a little bit longer. So we'll reach up towards the ceiling, press towards the back of the room. Right, we'll do 3 more. And 2, And last one here. All right, let's take our shoulders to a nice set position. Arms are out to the side in a wide W, pulling our elbows in close and then releasing. So we're moving through our thoracic spine here and getting those shoulder blades set into position. So that squeeze of your elbows towards your side should also bring your shoulder blades back and down. Good, so we got one more like that. We'll just do a little reset with those arms before we take them back to the exact same position. So arms are out to the side, doing a little bit of a snow angel here. So going nice and wide with our arms. I'm not even supposed to say the word snow right now, am I? It's August. We'll do two more. And one. Excellent. All right, take your elbows set at your sides, palms facing up. We're gonna sweep off to the side using rotator cuffs. So just being really aware of how this feels, where your arms and shoulders are telling you is your stopping point at the outer range. Make sure that we're paying lots of attention to that last two. And one, and then palms are going to stay facing forward. Arms are going to come wide now, and we'll squeeze shoulder blades together for this one. So the main driving move is shoulder blades squeezing together. Arms are just kind of coming along for the ride. Good, so we got two more here. And one. Excellent. All right, let's do a little bit of hinging and rotation before we're finished our warm-up. So hands are on your lap. Depending on your level of core control, you will be here doing chair press backs. If you are doing those, make sure you're in a safe spot where there's no risk of tipping. So wheels are locked. And if you have a chair with a lower back, maybe you're against a wall for support for these, or just a really gentle press back. If you're able to come slightly forward of your chair, we are doing our hinge. So hinging away from the chair back, coming back towards chair back. Okay. Yeah. Can we take this person off the call? Kosar, can you take that person off the call? Adam, I
did.
Oh, okay. It wasn't Adam. I'm sorry, Adam. It was the other person. Okay. Oh, lovely. That's never happened to me before. Last two. And one. All right. Thanks for being fast on that. Both hands are on one side of your lap. We are going to do a gentle rotation here. So up nice and tall, just like we did at the beginning, checking in through that spine to make sure you're nice and long, and then gentle pressure to gently rotate and come back to center. You might do a shoulder check while you're here as well. We actually haven't done much neck warm up yet, so feel free to shoulder check here. Good, last one on this side. And then come on back to center, same thing on the other side, both hands on same side lap to rotate and return. Good, last two. And last one here. Excellent. All right, we are going to move into cardio, but we're going to slowly ease our way into that. So I'm going to grab a drink of water. I'm also going to grab my dowel. So if you have something that you need to go get that is dowel-like, whether it's a broomstick or a cane or anything else, we are going to use that. All right, so let's do we're going to do the 4 exercises where each one is for 45 seconds and then we take a 45-second break, but I won't set my timer quite yet. These exercises with a bit more core and muscle control focus to start with, and then we'll start to move a bit faster, okay? So shoulders are set. Just give me a regular kayak paddle to start with here. where your focus is on core strength to prevent rotation. So at some point in time, I'm going to add some rotation in for one of our last intervals. But for now, I want this to be strong shoulders, strong core to give you this side to side paddle motion. Good. So that's something you can think about as we start to move a little bit faster through this exercise once I start my timer. We're going to do 2 more. And 1. Excellent. Our second one's going to be a forward press and then an upward press. And for this one, we also are going to stay more or less upright. However, if you are able to add a bit of a hinge, you are welcome to do that. So using core muscles and definitely using shoulders for this one. As we speed it up, we still want to keep shoulders low and in position. Last one each way. Good. Bringing it back to center. Our next one's going to be a really wide kayak paddle. So we're going to go in a wide figure 8. We have a little bit of side flex happening with this one. So as you speed it up, you might not have as much side flex just because we don't have the time to complete a bigger move necessarily. Depends on your focus for today. But I would like your oblique muscles, your side core muscles, to be working to help stabilize you and bring you back to center each time.
It's like riding a boat.
Yeah, it's like paddling a boat. Yeah. Yeah. Last one each way here. Good. And then our fourth one, hopefully I remember these in sequence once we get going, is our forward roll. So we can still make this quite a bit of cardio. Your hinge is also optional here. Shoulders are set low and in position. Core muscles helping to stabilize. You're welcome to stay upright for this if that is safest for you, or you can give a little hinge here. Okay. Last one here. Excellent. All right, so I am setting my timer. Give me just a moment. If you haven't had a drink of water and you need to grab one of those, now is a good time. And remembering to pace yourself. So working faster or slower than what I'm showing. I'll show lots of different variations in the the largeness of the movement. I cannot think of the right word I want right now, so I'm just going to say that in how we do the move to modify. And I am going to start my timer for 45 seconds. So here we go. Our first one is just our standard kayak paddle, no rotation for now. And this is our first cardio.
Okay, that's very fast. If you're gonna be falling down for a second when you ride a bike, when you.
Sorry, are you asking me a question?
So, like I'm saying, like when you ride a boat, you have to be careful. Like when you're riding fast, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to be able to stabilize yourself. So yeah, definitely. I hope I understood you okay. Good. We have 5 more seconds. All right. So our second one was a forward press and an upward press. So if you're looking to get your heart rate up a little bit, moving fairly fast through this, option of that forward hinge. Great, keep going. 10 more seconds. Ooh, we feel this one on the shoulders. 3, 2, and
Do you have any pets?
Good. And then our next one is a sweeping side to side figure 8. So still paddling, but a really wide paddle. Trying to keep your hips relatively even on the chair. And again, using your oblique muscles to help stabilize here. So wide side to side sweeping motions. Great. We got 10 more seconds here, and then we have one more before we take a little break.
Do you have any pets, Miss Julie?
Do I have any pets? I do indeed. I live on a farm. I have all sorts of pets. Good. Forward hinge with rotation. Good. You have that option of a hinge. You can stay upright. All right, we got 10 more seconds here, and then we are having a 45-second rest. Reset. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, have a little rest.
I have a new kitten here that's trying to grab my arms moving and the stick moving and everything all at the same time in response to the pet question.
Oh, gotcha. Yes. Oh, that's fun. Just everywhere, right? Those guys are so speedy. Everything's about playing. I bet it's adorable. Yes. All right, we got 5 more seconds and we are back to our kayak paddle. Here we go. So nice and strong through your core, shoulders facing forward, picking up speed if that feels good for you today. If you need to take it a little bit easy, that is fine. Great, 10 more seconds left. All right, our second one is the forward press and the upward press. Again, option of staying nice and tall or hinging and pressing. Good, keep going, 15 more seconds here. Three, 2, and 1. All right, our third one in sequence is nice, long reaching strokes side to side. So I'll plan on doing this sequence 3 times, and then we might do it a 4th with a little bit more of a slowdown to work on muscles again, as opposed to just the cardio focus. Of course, we're working our muscles here too.
So how many pets do you live in the farm? How many pets do you have in the farm?
Well, we've got 4 dogs, but they're all working dogs. And I have sheep and ducks and a barn cat.
Oh, they're protecting the animals. That's good.
They are, yes. Forward roll. That's our next one. Good. Keep going, just a little bit more. Excellent, 5 seconds. All right. Got something come up on my screen here. One moment, take a little rest. We are doing our 45-second break. Take a drink of water, maybe shake out your shoulders. And shake your head side to side. Ear towards one shoulder, ear towards the other. Maybe drop your chin to your chest and shake your head back and forth. Right, we have 10 more seconds of rest time, and then my timer will go to begin again. This is our third set. This will be our last with a cardio focus, and then again, we will do one more. So let's go again with those nice close paddles, fairly quick, using lots of core control to keep shoulders facing forward. Great. Pacing yourself. We got 10 more seconds of this one. Here we go. Here's our next one. Push forward, push for the ceiling. Option of that hinge. Great, 15 more seconds here. Three, two, and one. Perfect. Going for that elongated paddle motion side to side, using some side core muscles to help pull you back to center after each paddle stroke. All right, 5 more seconds here. Last one coming up. Here we go. It's our forward circle with an optional hinge. Okay, keeping those shoulders low, nice and strong through the core. We are almost done. This is our last piece of our cardio rounds. Three, two, and one. All right, take a little reset, grab some water if you need it. We are going to do one more round, so I'm going to leave my timer going. And this round will focus a little bit more on rotation and flexion through the spine. Always optional. So if you'd like to go back to the way we were doing the moves previously, and either keep them at cardio tempo or slow them down a little bit, you're welcome to that. Good. So just resetting those shoulders. Shoulders are going to be back and down, shoulder blades set into position. As we start with our first move here right away, we're going to do our kayak move with an option now of rotation. So before I've asked you to keep your shoulders very forward facing. And now if it's comfortable for you, we're going to slow it down enough that we can really focus on that rotational aspect of the kayak move. Guys, so we're trying to keep our hips as evenly weighted as we can on our chair. And the rotation is coming from our spine, not from our hips, excessively shifting in their positioning, if possible. Great, we got 10 more seconds left here. All right, for our next one, instead of doing forward and then up, we're just going to do forward. So we're going to press forward, and then depending on your level of core control, you might actually slide away from your chair back just slightly so that you can not only press forward, but pull back. So a little bit more like you're rowing now. Still the option of doing as we were doing before. So upright press. You can add the ceiling press still if you like as well. Last one coming up here. Good. For our third move, we are doing our side paddle quite a bit like we were doing it before, but slowing it down enough that maybe you get that little extra time to kind of pay attention to the side flex and what it takes to return to center. So you don't necessarily need to be moving any farther in your reach with side flex, but just a little bit more time to kind of tune into those muscle groups. Good. 3, 2, and 1.
At the end, sorry for disturbing you. At the end, do you have an iPhone? So like, because you know the iOS 18 software, so I can show you, like, and to share my screen, so I can show you the software of iOS 18 in iPhone to see what's the new stuff.
No, I'm not interested in that. No. Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. My bad. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, for our last exercise, we're going to do an upward press, actually. I'm going to reset my timer. I don't want to cheat you out of 45 seconds of this. It's going to be good. All right, here we go. So we're going to do an upward press with a bit of a side flex here too. So you're welcome to go straight up. That's absolutely fine. If you would like to lead with one hand, we're going side flex. From the opposite direction that we were doing a moment ago, right? So it's kind of stemming from the ceiling, pulling down now. Last one here, each side. All right, we are all done with that dowel for today. You can just set that out of the way. Thank you. I am turning off my timer. We're done with our timed work for today as well. And we are getting ready to use a weight. So go ahead and grab your weight. So we're going to stay with the weight in the same hand for 2, maybe 3 different exercises. I haven't quite decided yet. Probably 3. So if you have grip strength issues and you have something like active hands that helps to attach the weight to hold it in place, weight in one hand is going to be here for a while. So you don't need to keep switching between hands. We'll be set and ready to go. All right, so for our first move today, we are doing kind of a modified wood chopper. So we'll take the weight just in one hand and bring it cross body, and shoulders are set, core muscles ready to support here as you come elbow up. There is an option of a little bit of rotation. So if you want to rotate towards the side that you're starting at and then rotate to come to the completion of the exercise, you're welcome to do that. We are going to do 8 of those starting now. I'm going to give it a count. So rotation is always optional for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring that weight back to the same side, the side that you're holding it with, and shoulders are set. Our second exercise is going to be an overhead press. So because we're doing a little bit of overhead work, I should say from a safety perspective, make sure if you're in a wheelchair that your chair wheels are locked. If you don't have anti-tip and you need to move against a solid surface like a wall to make sure that you do not tip over with any overhead weighted work, please do that. All right, so from here, shoulders are set. I'm going to have my elbow more or less out to the side for this exercise. If this bothers your shoulder as you press overhead, you can come for a closer move instead, pressing overhead from a closer aspect. And there's no need to go to full extension. If your shoulder says that that's enough, I'm okay with a partial lift. Okay, so we'll do 8 here. Ready for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so we will do 3 exercises on this side before we switch. So our third one is coming up now. It's going to be our rear press for the rear shoulder muscles. So shoulders are set. This is one exercise where you have the option of a bit of a forward hinge. You're welcome to set a pillow on your lap to give you a bit of extra support if you need that while you hinge. We do have one hand free as well to provide a little bit of stability in keeping that alignment. Weight is going to start just slightly in front of your knee and give a press back while that shoulder stays low, returning to your start position. So here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. That was 3 exercises on that side. Let's switch to the other side and do the same. So shaking out your shoulders, setting them into position, checking in with your spinal position as well, nice and tall in your seat. Weight is going to come cross body to the opposite knee. And we're going to lead from the elbow as we pull here. So this was the one where we had either our set position or our rotated position, where we rotate towards the weighted side in each of its 2 stopping points. So whichever works best for you, here we go. We're going to do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
This is so much fun.
And 1. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thanks for coming. All right, our second exercise on this side was our overhead press. So again, your choice, whichever feels better for your shoulder, elbow facing out or elbow facing forward instead. Nice and strong through your core here as we press. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Bring that down, reset that shoulder into position. Our third one has the option of a hinge, so you are welcome to stay upright against your chair back as you need to for support, or free hand on your lap, perhaps a pillow on your lap to help support as your forward hinge. Weight starts just in front of your knee. Here we go for 8, pressing back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bring that back to center. We're going to hold the weight in both hands actually, so that the bases of the weight are facing vertically instead of horizontally. Here we go. That was hard work for me to think of the right word there. All right, so we're going to do some pate shakers here, meaning that our core muscles need to stabilize us as the weight comes away from our body and back towards our body. Depending on your level of core support, perhaps you are back in your chair with full support, or if you're able to move forward, you are welcome to do that now. So we're going to build up a little bit of momentum here, working at your own pace, whatever feels good for you, where you can stabilize with those core muscles, having them constantly helping to keep your torso nice and tall, long spine. Taking some nice even breaths in and out here. Sometimes as we work through our core, we have a tendency to hold our breath. So keep breathing. Good. We're going to do 3, 2, and 1. All right, take a little rest, reset. I have a fly that's bothering me today. Okay, we're going to do that exactly the same way one more time, and then we'll do it a third time with a little bit of variation here. So for our second round, same thing, shoulders are back and down, core muscles are already ready to support forward and back motion. And then once you start to get the feel of this, picking it up to whatever speed is comfortably challenging for you. Taking nice even breaths in and out, really engaging through that core. Good. For 3, and 2, and 1. All right. Great. So we're going to do that one more time coming up here. Our third time, you're welcome to do exactly as we have been doing, straight out, or we're going to do a little bit of diagonal movement instead. So just challenging the core muscles in a slightly different way. Shoulders are set. Trying that diagonal press if you like in each direction. And then speeding it up a little bit harder to coordinate the diagonal press in a really speedy way, but whatever feels comfortable for you from a pacing perspective here. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We have weight in hand. We're going to use it for one last exercise. Oh, maybe 2. I always come up with one more. We'll see. One last exercise for now. And that will be our side flex with weight. Weight is always optional for this one. If you find that side flexion on its own is enough and you do not want to use the weight, you're welcome to set it down. One hand is available to stabilize either on your lap or maybe on the arm or base of your chair. The weighted side is going to be hand extended down towards the ground, arm extended towards the ground, to side flex towards the weighted side and pull it back up. We're only going to do 5 of these, and we're going to do them nice and slow. So we're going to do them at a 3 count down, 1, 2, and 3, 3 counts to come up, 1, 2, and 3, 4 more. 3 more. Good. 2. And last one. Excellent. We are going to switch to the other side and do the same there. So weighted hand is extended towards the ground, shoulder set into position. Free hand is either on your lap or stabilizing on your chair as needed to side flex and come back up. Here we go. 5 at a slow pace. 3 down, 3 up. That's 1. 2. 3. 4 and 5. Great. I said I might sneak in another one, and I'm going to. If the weight is in one hand and you are holding it comfortably there, doesn't matter which hand it's in right now. We're going to do just a tiny bit of rotator cuff before we are done. Palm is going to face into center for this one today. Elbow is glued to your side. Weight starts cross body and then is extending out to the side, forearm extending out to the side, just at a comfortable range of motion. So we don't want to do this exercise too fast. We want lots of time for the rotator cuff muscles to give us some feedback. Yeah, we're gonna do 3 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Great. And then we are switching to the other side to do the same. Shoulders set, elbow glued to your side. Weight comes cross body to start, coming out to the side and center with lots of control. Good. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we are officially finished with the weight. Now you are welcome to set that down, and it is time to stretch. Great, so we are going to start our stretches today. We're going to focus on shoulders for the most part for our stretches today, because that was most of our weighted activities as well. And then we'll stretch out through spine and core a little bit too. So let's start with a long reach cross body, grabbing on and giving yourself a hug at your upper arm. And we're going to keep that hand extended for now. Shoulder is low. We're getting a stretch through rear shoulder muscles, maybe even in through our rhomboids, the muscles that sit between our shoulder blades. Still checking in with our posture, up nice and tall. And then while we're here, why don't we do just a gentle wrist circle where our palm is still more or less facing down towards the ground. Change direction. Good. Ease yourself halfway out of this stretch, set that shoulder, and then bend your elbow and take it to your opposite shoulder, pulling that arm across. We'll add a little bit of neck stretch to this one too, so you can drop your ear towards the shoulder on the side where your hand is currently resting. Right, focusing on nice even breaths in and out here, sending a little extra attention to those typically tight neck muscles. And then head can come back to a neutral position. That arm can unwind, and we'll do that same stretch on the other side. So we started with shoulders set, long arm reach cross body, coming in to hug that upper arm. And relaxing through the shoulder to get a stretch through rear shoulder and mid back. Good, and then we added that wrist circle where our palm is facing more or less towards the ground as we take that circle. Change direction. The last one here. All right, let's ease halfway out of that stretch. Shoulder is set into position, hand is cross body on that opposite shoulder, and then squeeze it in for a bit of a hug again, dropping your ear towards your shoulder on the side where your hand is currently resting. Good, and then easing your head back to neutral, unwinding those arms. Great, let's do one of my favorite stretches. We do this one every week, I really like it. We'll take hands either in onto your hips or slid into your back pockets. Imagine.
Are you almost end of the lesson?
I'm sorry, what?
I said, are you almost end of the lesson?
Yeah, it is almost the end. We got 5 more minutes. Shoulders are set, elbows start to pull back. Kind of puffing up through your chest, expanding with some nice even breaths in and out, and focusing on our stretching muscle groups here, which is some chest muscle and then front shoulder. Good. You might even try to focus on posture here where we have a little bit of chin retraction so that our head isn't pulled forward, but we might gaze slightly towards the ceiling for this one as well. Excellent. Ease your way out of that stretch. I have another one for you. We are going to either clasp our hands together or one hand over top of the other if that feels better for your fingers. And then open your hands up to the front. We're going to actively press forward. So this can be one hand over top of the other instead. So let your shoulder blades come away from each other. We'll stay nice and upright for this first one. Shoulders are low, but shoulder blades are kind of coming off away to the side, shoulder blades moving away from each other. Send a little extra breath to that spot in your mid-back. And then you can ease your way out of that stretch. We're going to do that one more time. It will look different for you depending on if you need support for a forward hinge. So if you need support for a forward hinge, you will be here with both hands on your lap as needed, finding some relaxation through your low back and hips. If you would like to add that same stretch instead, we are going to be extended forward and hinged. So this has no front support in this position. So pick the one that's best for you. Nice even breaths in and out while you're here. And then ease your way back up tall. All right, that can be on the chair for full support. Now let's just do one more thing with either clasped hands or one hand over top of the other. We're just gonna do some wrist circles here. And change direction, do a few this way as well. The last one here. Excellent. And then hands can just be on your lap. Eyes are going to come to close. Okay, eyes are going to come to close. And we're going to finish off class by focusing on your breathing. So nice even breaths in and out. And we started class with a bit of a body scan. We'll do that now as well. So just checking in, maybe reevaluating anything that you noted was maybe a little extra stiff, any joints that needed some extra attention, and kind of do a comparative and see how they feel after class today. Maybe that means that you need to ask me a question or change something the next time that we exercise together, or maybe it feels better now that we've moved through some range of motion. You can kind of just make some mental notes for yourself there. And then we will finish things off with just really nice even breaths in and out, where every breath in draws the crown of your head closer to the ceiling. And every breath out holds that length through your spine, but has a really even exhale. So focusing on nice even breath. We'll do 3 more like that. Last one here. Great, and then you can open your eyes. As usual, I'll stick around for a few moments after class if you have any questions for me. We will start, finish things off with down low, reaching for the ceiling, 3 big breaths in. One more here. All right, thanks for joining me today. Thanks, Gordon. Thanks for coming.
I'm Ken.
Ken, hi. I just saw Gordon's message. He just,
Okay, sorry, I thought you said Brian, which is my partner's name.
oh,
Thank you. That was great. That was really good. I just was wondering what was going on with somebody you had to kick out. I didn't quite get what was happening.
oh, there was a flash of some pictures that nobody needs to see that
Oh,
came
dear.
out. So, mhm,
Thanks for taking care of us.
yeah, that's right. We
Have
don't need
a
to see
good
that while
day.
we exercise. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye for now.
Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes it happened before also when you were in vacation.
Oh, I wondered about that. I peeked
Yeah.
back to see part of Megan's video and I figured something was going on. I didn't see it though. Yes, unfortunately, that's part of
Yeah,
being
something
on the
because
internet,
anybody
right?
can register. So
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, thanks for catching it quick.
thank you.
Okay. Take care.
See you guys next week.